All right, here we are. Inclination, and so this is going to be try not. This is going to be out of trig for a little bit here. So don't think of this necessarily in terms of the unit circle or anything like that. Just inclination. What it's going to be is if you have a line, and so here's coordinate plane, um, and if you have a line that there's some line. And notice it's not going through the origin. It could go through the origin, but we're really trying not to focus on that part of it. We're just saying that the inclination or the angle of inclination is going to be the value of the angle, the measure of the angle from the x-axis up to the line. And so here we'll have the inclination is whatever x degrees or radians would be right here. It's always going to be upward. So even if the line is a negative slope, so maybe you have one coming through like that, inclination is still going to be measured going up. And so here we have, wrong side there. It's still going to be going up. And now this one will be much bigger. So let's call this one y degrees. Notice that it's still going to be a positive value. Now the angle between, it's always going to be greater than 0, or between 0, I suppose it could be 0. An angle between 0 and 180 degrees that is measured from the positive x-axis. So again, we'll start from the positive side and then to the line. So if you think through this for a little bit, that means that if the slope is positive, then our angle of, our inclination then is going to have to be somewhere between 0 and 90 degrees. Between 0 and 90 degrees. If we got right to 90 degrees, now the inclination, if it's 90 degrees, then it's going to be a slope, an undefined slope. If the slope is negative, so kind of like y over here, then thinking through that, okay, that means that it's going to be, actually, notice I made a mistake here. That shouldn't be or equal to, that should just be less than 90 degrees. And here, if the slope is negative, that means that our inclination is going to be greater than 90 degrees and up to 180. So y is less than 180 degrees. All right, so the slope is negative, we're kind of going into 90 to 180 degrees. If the slope is positive, 0 to 90, and that's inclination. Now, in the next few videos, we are going to kind of put this back into context of our trig problems. But here we're just talking about just some line, and hey, look, there's some angles we can measure, kind of how far are they off of the x-axis. All right, hope that helps.